From unknowingly losing the rights to a major franchise to a decades-long dispute possibly coming to an end, Sylvester Stallone could return to Creed 4. And here's what to expect from the iconic character. The highly anticipated third film in the Creed franchise hit screens earlier this year, and it's been killing it at the box office despite one legendary actor not making an appearance in the film. Sylvester Stallone's absence from Creed 3 was a bit of a head-scratcher for fans of the Rocky actor. And even though there were good reasons for him not to be involved in the film, it felt like a missing piece in the franchise puzzle. But there's a chance the actor could come back for Creed 4 if a longtime feud is finally put to bed. Stallone's synonymous with the character Rocky Balboa, the scrappy underdog character that thrust the actor into the spotlight in the 1970s. But in recent years, Stallone's made it clear that because he created the character, he believes that he deserves an ownership stake in the franchise.
To avenge his father. And I'm going, my God, this is sort of Shakespearean.
Unfortunately, it looks like he won't be getting what he wants anytime soon. Since the first Rocky film was released in 1976, the character rights for all that exists within the Rocky universe have belonged to one man, film producer Irwin Winkler.
The director has the creative responsibility on a day-to-day basis, getting the performance.
Irwin's career dates all the way back to 1967, and he's produced plenty of major films over the years, like the Academy Award-nominated films. They shoot horses, don't they? And Goodfellas. But it's a decades-long beef with the star of a film that won him a Best Picture Academy Award.
This basically is a brand new hero, somebody we could root for on a whole different circumstance.
That's gripped the attention of film buffs since it became public knowledge. Irwin first came aboard Rocky when the film studio, United Artists, purchased the screenplay. Soon after, Irwin and his film producer partner Robert Chardoff were all in. Their contract with the studio meant that the chance of a greenlit project was high, and after finally agreeing to allow Stallone to play the role of Rocky Balboa, production of the boxing drama officially began.
When you walk into the ring with the #1 heavyweight of the world, you'll be ready, won't you?
But Stallone was a fairly inexperienced actor at the time, and the original deal between UA, Irwin, and Robert did not leave the then 29-year-old Stallone with an equity stake in the film.
Shut up!
To the body.
In 1983, during an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Irwin said, "Our commitment to him was that he could star in it. We convinced United Artists to give us the money to make it. They would only give us a limited amount of money. And they said that we had to put up our houses as collateral. We really mortgaged ourselves to make sure that we brought it in on time, and we did." To this day, Stallone's still bitter about the deal and hasn't shied away from voicing his opinions about the unfortunate situation, because the original Rocky film was a passion project for Stallone, and it remains very close to his heart. Stallone went on to make multiple Rocky sequels and starred in other films throughout his career. The last Rocky film ever made was 2006's Rocky Balboa. According to Stallone, there was an opportunity for the film series to continue beyond the 6th installment, and that's something he would have happily been involved in. But he refused to work with Winkler.
I understand if it doesn't happen, but the idea that it's almost like a Rocky story.
The actor took to his Instagram account last year to voice his thoughts regarding Winkler and didn't hold back, writing, "If it wasn't for Winkler, there would have been at least another 3 Rockies that would have been wonderful." The following day, Sly went on to discuss how not having any ownership rights has been hurtful, writing, "It eats at my soul because I wanted to leave something of Rocky for my children." When it was announced that Sly wouldn't be appearing in Creed 3, even though he starred alongside Michael B. Jordan in the first 2 Creed films, fans were understandably upset because were it not for the Rocky franchise, there wouldn't be Creed. So why didn't Stallone want to be in Creed 3? Well, between Winkler's role as producer, their beef over ownership rights, and the story moving in a direction that Stallone didn't agree with, Sly felt it was best to step back from the franchise. In an interview with Jessica Shaw on Sirius XM, Stallone opened up about why he still resents Winkler so much for swindling him out of the Rocky rights all those years ago and said, "I don't care about the money. I wanted to leave it to my children. Yeah, you know what I mean, I wrote it. I thought it would be nice to say, here's the gesture, darling, here. Beautiful children, beautiful wife. When I'm long gone, this is you. This is what I made for you."
I go, that's kind of harsh. Can we start like with yellow and work our way up? And then I go,
But it doesn't seem like Irwin has any plans to start sharing the Rocky riches with Stallone anytime soon.
Really surprisingly that after 40 years...
No matter how many times the Hollywood star goes on record discussing his frustrations, Irwin remains unsympathetic. However, there's a chance that Stallone could still find his way back to the Rocky universe. With Creed 4 rumored to be in the works, a few things need to fall into place for a return to happen. Stallone's gone on record saying that while he loves the work Michael B. Jordan has done in the past, the creative direction of the third Creed film simply didn't align with his own views when it came to the characters within the Rocky universe, and that the story of Creed 4 would have to change. Creative differences are one thing, but it's the firm rule that Winkler can't be involved in any future films that Stallone's most adamant about. His admiration for Jordan as both an actor and filmmaker is clear, and the pair worked well together when sharing the screen in both Creed and Creed 2. Stallone said it took 2 years for Creed writer and director Ryan Coogler to convince him to return as the legendary boxer. And considering the relationship between Stallone and Jordan is so strong, it seems like Jordan's ready and willing to make a Rocky comeback possible. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Jordan said, "I think there's always space for Sly, for Rocky to come back. That's one of those amazing things about that character. It would make sense in any storyline because it all stems from the world of Rocky. So, any version of that, it would make sense." Given how Rocky's storyline in the second film in the Creed franchise comes to an end with the diagnosis of his illness and the reconnection with his son, Stallone's character is still very much alive in franchise canon, despite some theories suggesting that Rocky died. If Jordan opts to bring back the original Rocky man himself, there are plenty of ways in which a return could happen. Rocky could come back to train a new competitor for Jordan's Adonis to fight, or Adonis could seek out Rocky because he needs help in his own transition from boxer to trainer. But in order for all of this to happen, Winkler would have to sever his ties to the franchise before Stallone steps back into the boxing ring. Jordan stepped behind the camera to direct the third film, but he hasn't spoken publicly about the decades-long dispute between Winkler and Stallone. When asked about Stallone's absence from Creed 3, Jordan simply said, "There are obviously politics that go beyond me." It's no secret that the one major roadblock keeping Stallone from another Rocky franchise appearance is Winkler. So hopefully, we'll see some sort of resolution to the Stallone-Winkler feud that allows Stallone to return for Creed 4. I don't know about you, but a boxing film without Rocky himself just feels wrong. So there you have it, folks. From a decades-long dispute possibly coming to an end, to unknowingly losing the rights to a major franchise, Sylvester Stallone could return to Creed 4, and that's what you can expect from the iconic character.